What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in fighting and boxing. Shout out to ESPN.com, where I'm getting this information from. They did an interview with Canelo, and he was giving his thoughts on why he's fighting Chavez Jr., this and that. And I'll try to link to it in this particular video in case you guys want to read the full article about why Canelo is going up in weight. And I made a video about this, which is very funny. I just did a video about it, so I guess it gets around like Tupac. But I did a video about this, and it was a here's what they think about you, about basically why is Canelo moving up to 164.5 for Chavez Jr. But at a point in time, he was saying, oh, we're staying at 155. ESPN First Take, you had Oscar De La Hoya recently. This is a recent episode. They said, oh, Oscar was like, oh, we're going to make the Golovkin fight, and it's a fight boxing needs. And listen, Canelo is a 154 pounder, and he makes a strong case to be the best. Like, you know what I'm saying? De La Hoya was saying he's a 154 pounder, right? And then out of nowhere, he's moving up double digits to fight Chavez Jr. Now, I told you guys, I'm very consistent on my channel. You guys have the videos. You have access to all the videos, the website, the Instagram. I don't mind the fight because it's interesting enough. And I think it's a big fight. It's a big money fight that is going to draw casuals in and different people. I think De La Hoya said that. So I don't mind the fight. And I'm not nitpicking. This is just how I feel about the matter. I made a video earlier about Chavez Jr. He said he had to give into everything. And I mean everything, from the site, the location. Can't have any fighters on the undercard that are affiliated with him or that he wants to put on. You know, because sometimes fighters like Andre Ward, he spars with my dude Aaron Coley sometimes, and he put him on one of his undercards as like a thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, get you a showcase fight and get you a fight, get you some money. So Chavez couldn't have that. The weight was changed from 165, which he offered, to 164.5. Canelo gets top billing. Canelo gets 80% of the bag, according to Chavez Jr. So everything had to be Canelo's way for this fight to be made, according to Chavez Jr. Now he's explaining why he's moving past the regular middleweight to fight against Chavez Jr. And in this article, they have a quote, and it says Canelo's response is, he talks too much about me. He talked bad about me and criticized me so many times. I will prove to him in the ring who's the better man. I think what's convinced me to make the move was the fight itself, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in the history of Mexico. That's what intrigued me. The significance of the fight is what convinced me to make the move. And that's from Canelo Alvarez. Now, you guys heard the quotes from Canelo, and I got to give my 2 cents and kind of chime in. Do I believe that? Absolutely not. Right? There's more to it than that. Has to be, because if we're talking about he's disrespected me on more than one occasion, okay, I can get that. Machismo, someone's talking bad about you and then you want to knuckle up. But Canelo's a big star, and he's had a bullseye on his back from a lot of different people, like from the Charlo brothers. I made several videos about that, and they called him out and they said, hey, send him in, fight me. Actually, after a brilliant performance against Julian J. Rock Williams, Jamal Charlo called him out again. They've called him out on social media, right? You look at guys like Demetrius Andrade, Boo Boo. Shout out to my dude Boo Boo. And Andrade says, Canelo, you's a bitch. You a bitch. You don't want to fight me. He literally called him a bitch and says, you do not want to fight me. So if it's all about this machismo and you got to put your foot down because he got under my skin, now I got to prove it. We prove who's the better man. Then why didn't you do that to the Charlos, who also called you cinnamon and called you the B word and things like that? You know what I mean? So I don't believe that. I just can't accept that as the reason, the only reason. Maybe that had a point, or a part of that is why you want to do it. But there's other things. It's because you can tax the public, especially the Hispanic public, into a fight that we kind of desired a couple years ago, and now you make it happen with all your rules. You know what I'm saying? So that's a bigger money fight to me. And it still doesn't explain why Canelo and team were saying he's a 154 pounder. We're going to slowly, gradually work our way up into this. And so like little stuff. That's another reason I don't believe that, because you guys do the research. I'm not Miss Doubtfire here to babysit you guys. The internet is a powerful tool. I've made several videos about a lot of these topics, but you guys, a simple Google search will reveal what Team Canelo was saying. They said, we're not middleweights and we're not ready to go up to the full 160. Our next fight might be at like a 157. There were reports that he might fight at Canelo weight again of 155, 156. And they said it was going to be a gradual process. Now, all of a sudden, you're willing to fight and not make it a gradual process and go up even more pounds than you would have had to go up to fight Golovkin. So to me, what that signifies is you respect Golovkin's fight game. I don't know if it's whatever you've seen or felt at Big Bear versus Chavez Jr. You're like, this is a big money fight, and I don't care if he rehydrates, because that's the other thing. Golovkin is a smaller middleweight. You see Danny Jacobs looks about his size, if not maybe a little bit bigger. He looks taller, and you know what I mean, he looks wide and stuff like that. Golovkin is not the biggest middleweight, but he can crack. And Chavez Jr., sometimes he rehydrates to light heavyweight, cruiserweight, Deontay Wilder proportions. Like, I don't know how much he's weighing on fight night because he never weighs in, right? But from the eye test, I could tell with his height and his build and how wide his fucking back looks, I could tell he's added some significant weight in his rehydration period. But you don't care about that. You don't care if he comes in at 189, 195, because you believe and your team believes you have the skills to beat him, not on top of it being a money fight. But with Golovkin, that's a different animal, because even though he may not rehydrate quite that much, he brings a different fight. And that's why I believe they made this fight. And the other thing is, Chavez Jr. can't steadily make 168. He couldn't even make a Andres Fonfara light heavyweight fight, right? So what do you think is going to happen in this go round? Hopefully he's training his ass off and he's not slacking. So that's what it is to me. Like, Chavez Jr. has certain stipulations about him. He's like, oh, he's a F up, or he does things his own way and he keeps switching trainers. He has a lot of black clouds over his head about his dedication to the sport of boxing. That's why I believe Team Canelo made the fight. They're thinking like, oh, this is lazy Chavez and he probably is going to kill himself to make weight and he's not the same fighter. You know what I mean? And arguably all those things, it's like the boy who cried wolf. That's what he showed us so far. In recent memory. I mean, what's the last great Chavez Jr. performance? Sergio Martinez. That was in 2012. That actually, here's a fun fact. That is the first fight that I ever did a fight prediction on this channel, because initially the channel was called Eagles World 1. So shout out to all the subscribers who've been following me before the Boxing Egos days when the channel had a different name. I didn't know I was going to cover boxing exclusively on the channel, but it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I'm like, man, wow, there's really a need for this. People really care about my opinion. But back in the day, that was the very first fight I covered. So basically, 2012 is the last time, and I don't even know if you would say that was a great Chavez Jr. performance, because he lost 11 rounds out of 12. You know what I mean? He had a great success in the 12th round. So to me, that's why Canelo and team, it's a big money fight. They know the public, especially Latinos, are going to shell out cash for this, because it's a fight we always wanted to see as fans. And then Chavez Jr. is not like he's been making weight perfect. He made weight in December, but how many times has he missed weight in his past couple fights? You know what I mean? Somebody get a calculator, go do the research, and tell me out of his last 6 fights, how many times has he missed weight? And I know it's more than once, right? So that's why. You know Golovkin is a different threat level, and he's not. I never seen Golovkin miss weight. I've seen Chavez miss weight more than one occasion, weighing in naked, and so I never seen Golovkin weighing naked. Pause. Right? So that's why I think it's a culmination. I think it's a big fight. It's a financial success. It should, because it should bring in casual fans as well. And your team believes he's not on your skill level, and he's going to probably be depleted a bit coming down to that weight. So to me, that's the true reason. Not, oh, because he was talking bad about me. Because how many other people talk bad about you? Golovkin talked bad about you. Golovkin like, hey, no, not for future. Give me my belts. Hashtag give me my belt. And you gave him the belt. So if it's about this like rah, we Mexican, we don't fuck around, machismo stuff, then Golovkin, he's like, and Abel Sanchez, oh my God, Abel, if you really want to shut somebody up, Abel Sanchez has been going ham on you. Like, oh, he's not real and he's scared. He's scared to get knocked out. Him and Oscar are scared to get knocked out. You know how Abel talks. Oscar scared his guy's going to get knocked out. He says it matter-of-factly just like that. No, that's trash. No. Like, you know what I'm saying? So why didn't you shut Golovkin up, Demetrius, and because everybody I just named, Charlo, Golovkin, Andre, you have to say, actually, all of them are undefeated, and all of them have looked better, obviously, because they're undefeated. And a couple of them have significant wins in recent memory. You know what I mean? Triple G, you could say at least he beat David Lemieux, and he's on this crazy knockout streak, right? He knocked out one of your sparring partners, Curtis Stevens. You look at Jamal Charlo just fought Julian J. Rock Williams. Sensational. That was his mandatory. People thought he was ducking the fight. He knocked him out. So Demetrius Andre just knocked out Willie Nelson, who I don't think had ever been knocked out. Taller than him, bigger than him, off a layoff. And fought Vanes Martirosyan. Dominated the second half, or pretty much after the third round. So if it's really just about that, then all those people were talking bad about you. So why don't you want to shut them up? You know what I mean? Erislandy Lara is still talking bad about you, saying I got robbed in the first fight and he doesn't want to fight me again, and you're not making those fights. So I don't believe that. You conveniently pick the person, and I hope Chavez Jr. is training his ass off and taking this serious, but you conveniently basically pick the person who out of the bunch has impressed the least. He's been stopped in his last few fights. He got stopped versus Fonfara, versus Andre's never been stopped. Golovkin's never been knocked down or stopped. Charlo's never been stopped. I don't think he got knocked down either. So basically, you pick the guy who, at least from what they've showed us in their past fights, haven't necessarily looked that great. So that's the one you want to shut up, is kind of the guy who, performance-wise, has been the weakest link. What's Chavez Jr.'s last performance, while I was really like, damn, that was dope, was probably Andy Lee. And I don't even know what year that was. Probably 2011. Manfredi, Rubio, maybe something around there. And I don't even think the Rubio, I think that might have been a split decision or something. But I don't believe this, oh, I just want to shut him up, because there's plenty of people in line who are more significant in their division or career-wise where they're at that you didn't choose to shut up. So I don't buy that. I think that's rubbish to me. But nonetheless, hopefully Chavez Jr. is taking it serious, and he's heard all the flack and the backlash, and he's taking it as an insult. To me, it's really Canelo's team believes that he's lacking, and he doesn't prepare the same. He's not the same like us. Actually, De La Hoya, he had a picture. He's at Canelo's camp or whatever. Canelo's already started training. And he said that's the difference between, and he changed the caption, is gone now. So if you go, you're not going to see it. But he says the difference between Canelo and Chavez Jr. is, and I might even have it screenshotted because I think I screenshotted it. But De La Hoya said the difference between Canelo and Chavez Jr. is preparation. One guy works hard and the other guy doesn't, basically. And then now he's changed the caption. Now it just says, oh, Canelo versus Chavez, May 6th. Check it out. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. What is the real reason why he's willing to move up to 164.5 for Chavez, but not for other people? Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hey, comment and subscribe to the next video. Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.